BlueMetric is mission-ready water. We are world-class experts solving our clients' most challenging environmental problems. BlueMetric provides a full range of environmental consulting services supported by bespoke engineering solutions for emergency, self-contained, and permanent water systems, and is always mission-ready with a full range of in-house support. There is no successful mission without water. We are proud to partner with Atlantic Canadian Industries. We are mission-ready water.
I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Winds, and I want to tell you it's fun to be here at MASS 2024 in the Over the Horizon podcast, brought to you by our good friends at the Atlantic Canadian Aerospace and Defence Association, and of course our friends at BlueMetric, who true thought leaders here, who understood the importance of bringing this conversation out to a broader audience outside the trade show floor. It's great to be in conversation with folks that are here and that have been here many times in the past. So on that note, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Okay, my name's Damian Coleman, sales manager for a company called Glamox, Glamox Canada. We're based locally here in Mount Pearl, just up the road.
What's Glamox do?
Glamox is a manufacturer and supplier of marine and offshore lighting.
Oh, okay.
Quality lighting for basically anything to do with marine, from a top navigation light to a bottom bilge light, and pretty much everything in between.
Right, so lighting for platforms, government, industry, across the board.
Yep, marine. So we don't. When we say industry, we don't do buildings. We don't do commercial entities that way.
Yeah.
But from Navy ships, Canadian Coast Guard, commercial ships, lakers, tugs, fishing boats, and obviously for the offshore, for the platforms, the supply vessels, etc. Yeah.
Great show, MASS, every year. Talk to me about your experience so far. You've been through day one of it. How's it been going?
Yeah, no, it's really, really interesting. And I think, like a lot of us, we don't really have enough appreciation of the North and the challenges and all that side of things. And it's great to see all the efforts that are going to try and, improve the situations, and, obviously very aware of the climate change situation and the effects it's having up there. So.
From a company point of view, Glamox Lighting, of course, a lot of your stuff will be outside on ships and things like that, not only in, but outside. Any change to what you have to produce now, understanding that we're going to make more of an effort to go through this part of the world, which is a little misunderstood from a shipping point of view? Right.
Yes. Well, for example, we're under contract for the Polar Icebreaker and the multi-purpose vessels at Seaspan. And so the requirement there was for minus 50 degrees C for the outside equipment. So most of our stuff is, it is designed for worldwide shipping. So it does go down to cold temperatures, but minus 50 can be a little bit of a challenge. Even if the lights are okay, then you've got to look at cable glands, you've got to look at small parts, which might be polycarbonate or might be something else, which then you have to look at that. So yes, I mean, not major design changes, but certainly improvements to mitigate the coldest potential temperatures we have to operate.
Causing you to pay attention to where they're going and sort of changing the model. It's great to have a group like a CATA who brings these conversations and these people together. They understand the importance of making these connections. I know that Glamox is at all the events at the CATAs. They're talking to me about the importance of being in that membership.
Well, I mean, it's like any group of people. There's a osmosis of learning that you just get in general conversation. So and that broadens your general knowledge. And with that, when there are specific situations or projects, you've just got a wider scope, really. You've got a wider picture of, and also a real feeling of what you're actually doing, as opposed to just responding to a requirement. You've actually got an understanding of why the requirement and what effect or why they would need that or not need that, whatever that.
Well, you bring up a very good point, Damian. I mean, it's great to talk to the end users, right? The folks that are out there doing the business, and you get to meet them firsthand here. And I'm sure they tell you things like, that's a great piece of technology, or it could be tweaked this way, and you learn things as you go.
For sure, absolutely. And that is, I mean, your industry meets government meets whatever, right?
Yeah.
And, academia. So yeah, no, and it's great actually having the students here as well.
Yeah.
Because they're really interested, obviously, and they've got a lot of questions, and they're asking for stories. And in fact, we had a conversation this morning at breakfast. They said, when you first started, did you land in your dream job?
Yeah.
Was it your dream job? And then we all had some conversations, and it was great, you know?
Yeah. No, that's right. I mean, that's such a good part of it too, right? Where you've got that next generation coming into the industry, and you can sort of not necessarily guide them, but show them your experience, right? And they can pick and choose from that to see how they want their career to play out. So that's a great way to give back, eh?
Yeah. And you know, they're asking that kind of what we're doing, and then actually from here in Mount Pearl, we have all the lighting on all the Canadian Navy ships, like 100%. Most of the Canadian Coast Guard, and all the new builds it's all coming out of Mount Pearl here in Newfoundland.
What a great story!
Right.
I didn't know that. All the lighting on all the Canadian Navy ships come out of Mount Pearl, Newfoundland.
Yep.
Wow. What's over the horizon for Glamox? What are you excited about in the future?
Well, there's a lot of projects going on right now, obviously, and because we are tied in, I mean, the MPV program, it's 16 ships, so that's going to go on for, you know, whatever that is, 16 years more probably. But
right.
You know, we're involved with the icebreakers, and then we've got other icebreakers. Maybe that's at Davy, or it looks like, you know, at other shipyards. So it's getting involved with that, and we're building the expertise already, obviously, because we're involved in this. One of the benefits, actually, of the company that we are, and being here in Canada, is that yes, these vessels are all getting outfitted with our equipment, but we're here in Canada to support it.
Right.
So there's a whole support side to this through to the end of the life of the ships.
Right.
And we're doing that on the Halifax class frigates and the MCDVs for the Navy and the Coast Guard. There's a lot of upgrading. So kind of proud to be a Canadian company to be able to support Canadian interests.
There's somebody at the other end of the phone that's going to pick it up when there's a problem, right?
In your time zone. Well, Newfoundland's a little bit slightly different time zone, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do.
But also the supply chain crunches that happened previously, and still hanging on a bit. Freight issues from from all the stuff that happened in the past. We don't have that here.
Right.
So if the Canadian Navy needs this bit, or the Coast Guard needs that bit, it comes from here. If they need something done, we'll make it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's the support, which is really, really important. And a lot of people realize that once things started to go pear-shaped during COVID and after COVID.
I have to tell you, it's been an absolute pleasure to get your perspective and to learn about Glamox and the important work that you're doing. Thank you very much.
No, thank you very much.
BlueMetric is your partner and works with Atlantic Canadian industries and organizations who are concerned about the water health of our planet and the people who inhabit it in an environmentally and culturally sensitive manner. BlueMetric joins the growing number of like-minded, innovative Atlantic Canadian companies who are changing the environmental landscape for the globe in a world-class way. World-class experts solving our clients' most challenging environmental problems. We are mission ready water.